We need to build a wall around the village to prevent banditry, Stuart Harrowan said. Although you repaired a portion of it, the old one is in ruins, and the village has grown beyond its scope. Do we have the funds? Stuart Harrowan expelled a long breath. Nowhere near. The monthly pension barely covers the costs of running the castle, and because the fields are yet so young, and the hands that work them so inexperienced, the harvests have been meagre. Then, forgive me, but what's the point of talking about it? I've said it before, Your Augum. You're too generous. You do not charge for access to the well or the communal ovens. You undercharge for wood, rent is too low, and you have given free shelter and land to too many friends, including my family. Despite your insistence otherwise, you need to raise taxes, and you need to charge rent to everyone. Even if I wanted to, which I don't, we can't raise taxes. The people are too poor. They haven't yet made money from the land to afford it. But the nobles have, as have the merchants. I'm not charging you or my friends rent. You helped us in the war. Part of our pension should always go to you. Forgive me, but you are not listening, Augum. The nobles and merchants can afford to pay more, and so can nearly all of your tenants, for they benefit from the post-war labour shortage. It has been well over a year now since the rates were set. Furthermore, you are far too forgiving with those who dally in their payments, perhaps worrying it would be a reflection on you as a warlock. Mr. Harrowan gently wagged an admonishing finger. You must separate your duties as castellan from your duties as a warlock pupil, Augum. Augum repeatedly ran his hands through his hair as he thought the matter over. Stuart Harrowan leaned forward on his desk. You have a fraction of the servants and footmen needed for a place of this size and prestige. You have but one guard in the castle, a lieutenant no less, who should be with his captain, and the rest can barely hold a rapidly growing village in check. No one in your service wears castle livery because none can be afforded. Instead they wear the black and white servant garb of a lower class. You overpay your forester, scribe, blacksmith, stonemason, and pretty much everyone in your employ, including me. Unnamables help me. Bridget and Lyra should at least have ladies-in-waiting, as royal custom demands. Mr. Harrowan stopped and gentled his voice. You are tired, and have had a difficult day. Let us adjourn the matter for now. Augum nodded gratefully, and lowered the floating chair to the floor. He almost snorted when picturing the revolted looks on Bridget's and Lyra's faces if they heard Harrowan insisting they should have ladies-in-waiting. All right, he said, rubbing his tired eyes. All right. Do what you feel is right with the nobles and merchants, but leave the commoners alone. Mr. Harrowan nodded. Good, that's a start. But the matter is far from settled. You will need to make more difficult decisions in the months to come. Augum got up, stretched, thanked Stuart Harrowan and headed out of the room. He had missed way too many classes of late, hadn't been able to catch up on his homework, and now he had missed another evening of practicing 8th degree spells with Jez. Though, knowing Jez, she probably wouldn't want to see his face after he had stormed out on her. He should probably go down to the training cavern to apologize, but instead, he found himself trooping upstairs to his room, only for Charles Poorman to stop him. He was huffing, his face red from exertion, eyes wild. Your Highness, the doors! Augum's instincts, sharpened from war, bolted him into action. He was skipping steps in his haste to get downstairs before Charles had even finished speaking. Find Jez and the girls, he called as he descended. Moments later, he careened through one of the inner vestibule doors, so hard it swung closed again after hitting the wall. Inside the vestibule, Lieutenant Cobb manned the doors. He had a tight hold on an iron crossbar and was placing his entire weight in it. Someone's trying to telekinetically lift it from the other side, Cobb whispered. Get ready to let them, Augum said, feeling bold. Then stand back. He wanted to confront whoever was trying to get in and was confident in his abilities to defeat them. Cobb nodded. I'd love to deliver a good thrashing to anyone who dare break into the castle, Your Highness. I could use a good scrap. Been too quiet around here. So could I. He welcomed the quick rush of blood that came with battle, for it erased all the dullness of signing receipts and ledgers. Augum flared 7 lightning rings around his right arm, Then he semi-consciously flexed his left arm, mentally crafting a second-degree non-verbal spell known as Shield.